actually in a new house church. Well, not new, but a new location for a house church with a lot of new people. Forgot to take video in it, so my bad. Just kind of focused on teaching. We were there for a few hours, answered a lot of questions about Catholicism, the saints, what they believe, baptisms, resurrection, because we were talking about Lazarus. It was really cool. It was a good time. We were there for about 4 hours, which is a lot longer than usual. Now Valley has to go vote in local elections, which are, it's not really a right to vote here because you have to vote. So,
but you have
it's an
the right to
obligation. Vote. You have the right to not vote and pay a fine. Voting, baby, it's not a right. Like it. It's not a right if you have to exercise it.
Well, anyways, we are going to
take that in mind. She has to vote by obligation. Wow, that is just big government right there. So the point is, we enjoy church, and because we're subjects to a kingdom, not a government, not a democracy, and that's the real reason we're here.
At the same time, though, I have to be.
She has to vote. She has to vote as well, so I keep my residence. If she doesn't, then I can't renew it. So it's our rights more than our obligations. So that's what we're doing. That is our Sunday. Church, 4 hours with questions and stuff. It was really cool. And now we're gonna go vote. I apologize for the video ending so abruptly. It would have been a more polished finishing touch. But yesterday I spent all day, Friday, I spent all day in the immigration office waiting to renew my residence, which took about 5 minutes. But we were there for probably about 3 hours total. Really all day after preparing a lesson in the morning. So that results in us just abruptly ending the video and updating you a little bit on some stuff that's going on. We're going back to do the house church tomorrow, Sunday.
We'll show you some of that.
Yes. And she voted, just so you know. That line didn't last forever. But something really exciting this week is Wednesday, I was able to go to a house church with someone who we're able to share the gospel with in the street. A young guy, his name is Andres, and he's 18, just moved here 5 months ago from a part of central Peru that's in the jungle, like deep jungle. And so he's kind of new, and I was surprised he actually ended up following through with wanting to go to a house church on Wednesday. We got him connected. Last night, Friday night, we had a time where the guys were just hanging out while the women had their lesson, just watching soccer and just spending time together. And I told him, hey man, we're going to be hanging out at 7-ish if you want to stop by. And usually, you know, that means people will show up 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30. Andres was at the door at 7 o'clock, so we saw how excited he was, and that was really cool.
Yeah.
So we're working on investing in him, and I think also just moving here, Cusco, sometimes the people can be hard to break down, so he's probably looking for some friends, and we're more than happy to be there for him to do that and to share the gospel with him while doing that. Yeah. And then Vale's been doing a lot of work this week. Why don't you tell us what you've been doing this week, Vale?
Well, I've been doing many things. I've been doing like the administrative part of my job. So I've been between the bank and the notary and the accountant and the lawyer and just a lot of paperwork. And then part of what we're doing discipling people in the church, part of that discipleship is not just to spend time. I mean, that's part of it, spending time together, hanging out, just being for that person, being there for that person, but also taking the time to study together, to study the Bible together. So what I'm doing is I have a friend, her name is Edisa, and she works in a bank all day. And sometimes it's hard for her to, let's say, meet at night, or her schedule is kind of complicated. So we came up with the idea of having lunch together once a week. We have lunch together, and we take part of that lunch break that she has to study the Bible together. So we'll go somewhere near her work, have lunch, and then study the Bible. So we've been doing that, and it's really, really cool what God is doing here.
Yeah, that's kind of been our week. Things are really exciting as far as discipleship more than anything recently.
Yes.
With Andres and Elisa, and so that's really cool. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.